I believe that graphic novels should be used in the classroom, and not just in the classroom of elementaries, but and also in classrooms of junior high, high schools, college, and even universities, as there's some very important things in them. One of these important things that are in them is that it gives a visual aid that the modern generation kind of needs. As you can see, in most English classrooms, when a professor or teacher assigns a reading to a student, the teacher actually has to physically say to the student, do not watch the movie that is based on this book. But this doesn't always work, and students will always go watch the movie and will perhaps never even touch a page in the book, which will not help them as most movies are not really accurate with the book. But with a graphic novel, it gives the visual aid that a student needs and wants, but it also gives the text that a teacher knows that a student has to read. And in the defense of graphic novel, an article in the English Journal, the author says that because of this, the text and the image put together, it actually satisfies a standard in the International Reading Association and National Council of Teachers of English Joint Standards for the English Arts. And this standard states that students need to read a wide range of print and non-print texts. But with a graphic novel, they get 2 in 1. As they have the image, which is the print, which is the non-print text, but then they also have the text and the wording, which is the print. So this actually satisfies that standard. What's more, another misconception about graphic novels and comic books is that the hero is always beautiful and strong and always fighting his way for justice, while the villain is always hideous and getting physically beaten by the hero. But this is not always true. And this can be seen in the graphic novel The Sandman, which is written by Neil Gaiman. Now, the Sandman, he has a power of sleep and control dreams. And also not always true with the thought of a hero, as he is tall, scrawny, has a long face, and is extremely pale white. But years before, the Sandman had been kidnapped and his tools had been stolen from him. And he learns that one of the tools that was stolen from him is stolen by a demon who lives in hell. Now, the Sandman, he needs to go to hell to get this tool back, and in doing so, he confronts Lucifer, the devil himself. But now, whenever a student would normally read about the devil, they would think of a man who is half goat, half man, who is red, has horns on his head, has a long curly tail, with a pitchfork in his hand. But Gaiman, he does something a bit different. He has Lucifer as someone who's perhaps considered beautiful, and has red hair and colorful eyes, and has beautiful speech. The story then goes on that the Sandman has to confront the demon in a challenge, which is actually not a physical challenge, but a more verbal challenge. The challenge doesn't have an actual name to it, but it is actually really complex and thoughtful. As the demon starts off saying he is a wolf, the Sandman goes on saying he is a huntsman on a horse. And then it goes on and on of the demon topping whatever the Sandman is and Sandman topping whatever the demon is. The battle ends though as the demon says he is pretty much the apocalypse of the world. And Sandman then says he is hope, as hope will always come out of, for people always want something better. And with this, the Sandman actually wins the challenge and gets his tools back. But before he leaves, Lucifer and a horde of demons confront the Sandman saying, "You cannot leave, as this is my realm and I don't want you passing the hope on to other people." The Sandman then looks to Lucifer and the horde of demons and he asks them a very important question that stops everything. He asks them, what power would hell have if those here imprisoned were not able to dream of heaven? As none of the demons and Lucifer himself don't have actually a response to this, the Sandman walks out. All the demons are actually parting way, leaving him to leave hell openly. And this is just one of the few examples that I believe that graphic novels should be used in the English classroom. Thank you.